The biggest story on day 2 of the NFL Draft involves a trade. The mercurial Randy Moss bounced from the black hole, cross-country from the Bay Area to New England. Moss on the move. Welcome inside our NFL Network studios for NFL Total Access, presented by Sprint. I'm Fran Charles, alongside Jamie Dukes, Jesse Palmer, and Bobby Beathard. We'll have a complete wrap-up of day 2 at the NFL Draft. But first, it's been rumored for weeks. Sunday, our Adam Schefter broke the story. The Patriots and Raiders making it official. Oakland sending disgruntled yet talented wide receiver Randy Moss to New England for a 4th-round draft pick. Moss traveled to New England Sunday, passed his physical, which was the final piece of the deal. He's agreed to restructure the final 2 years on a contract that owed him some $20 million. New England was the only team Moss agreed to restructure his deal for. And Moss has put up ridiculous career numbers, but over the last 2 seasons, his stats have been pedestrian. Good look at the back page of the Boston Herald. Moss hysteria. Reaction mixed in New England, but for the most part, fans seem to be on board.
He's going to want to try to go out and prove that he can be a team player and prove that he deserves to get re-upped on a good contract.
I think all in all, it's a low-risk situation that could pay out high dividends for us in the end.
I just think talent-wise, he's a great talent athletically. I just think football-wise, his talent is average.
They're going to demand that he, acts right and does the right thing on the field.
You know he's going to be playing on a Super Bowl contending team.
For basically nothing. It's like adding an extra starting pitcher to the Red Sox, like adding Roger Clemens to the Red Sox. There's zero risk, high reward.
Never in a million years envisioned the Patriots making this move.
The guy is coming to a proven franchise that seems to have taken on a shift in their ideology with how they bring in players. When is the last time that he got a sniff of the Super Bowl? Randy Moss has got to look at this in the long term, just like the Patriots do, and say to himself, look, I have the potential here to win, if not one, maybe a couple Super Bowl titles.
And I think it's a great opportunity for Randy Moss to redeem himself. And I really don't see any negativity.
It's unbelievable, guys, what they did. I mean, they trade, which is supposed to be a really weak draft. They trade out of the 28th pick. They get Randy Moss and probably a top 15 pick next year.
Thanks. Glad to be here, guys.
You bet. Coach, the first question is basically a question that many fans in the National Football League have. You draft a guy like Jamarcus Russell with all the physical attributes you'd want in a young quarterback, and then you have a wide receiver who's one of the best jump ball wide receivers and one of the best deep threat wide receivers in the National Football League in Randy Moss, and you trade him away. Why would you trade Randy Moss away when you've just drafted a quarterback like Jamarcus Russell?
Well, there are a lot of things that went into that decision. It's something that some options had come up lately of different things of where to send him, and it was just something that was good for both sides at this time. We wish Randy the best, and we know he's real excited, too, to have a fresh start somewhere else as well.
Randy Moss to New England for the Patriots' 4th-round selection, a pick that Oakland used on John Bowie, a cornerback from Cincinnati.
I think their record and what they're about speaks massive volumes, and I'm just very, very happy to find some happiness and getting back to what I love to do, and that's play football and go out there and compete. And through the course of my career, or just the course of my life of playing sports, I've always tried to be a winner and going out there to compete. And by me having the chance to play with a organization, with the coaching staff, with Mr. Kraft as the owner and the players they have in position, that I didn't really think that money was a big factor to me. And last night, me and Coach Belichick really talked for the first time about what's been going on, and he asked me about how excited I am. If the opportunity would present itself for me to become a Patriot, and really I was overwhelmed because I didn't really expect to hear from Coach Belichick.
I think that Randy is, I think he's a very competitive player, and I think that he's very experienced, knows what it takes to win, is a winner, and I'm glad he's on this team.
I was very, very overwhelmed, but I'm still in shock at the same time, and I can't believe I'm a Patriot. And now have an opportunity not just to play with Tom, but just being on a team that runs a professional ship as far as on and off the field. I know there's some things that I've done in the past and young in my career, but I think that's all behind me. I'm really not living on the past. I'm really trying to live at the present and the future. So hopefully this thing works out. I know I want it to work out, and hopefully the organization feels the same.
In one of the more entertaining portions of the conference call, someone asked him if it was true that Belichick had seen him run a 4.2940. Moss just said, "Let's just say the Moss of old is back," and leave it at that. When someone tried to ask another question, he was gone.
He has already agreed to restructure his 2007 contract that was to pay him $9.75 million. New England was the one and only place Moss would agree to take a reduced contract.
What can you tell us now about his new contract?
Fran, it was done before the trade was even completed. Essentially, Randy Moss has a new one-year contract in New England that is worth, with incentives, in the neighborhood of $5 million. He lowered his base salary dramatically, about $6 million, and he has some incentives in there. But the key factor here is that he did give the Patriots some salary cap relief, and he is on a one-year deal, which means he could be a free agent after this year. Basically, he's auditioning for the Patriots and the rest of the league, and you'd like to think that if he plays well, that he'll want to come back to New England, and New England will want to have him back.
Moss's 101 touchdowns, 5th all time. Jesse Palmer, how is Randy Moss going to fit into the Patriots team system?
Well, Randy Moss is a playmaker and he's a game changer. And the New England Patriots in free agency this year made uncharacteristically a lot of acquisitions, especially at the wide receiver position. It starts with Dante Stallworth. You see Kelly Washington, Wes Welker. These guys are going to want to start throwing the football, and we add Randy Moss. And I wonder if it's not because they looked at the schedule for the 2007 season, and there's teams there: San Diego, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. For New England to win these games, they're going to have to score points. To score points, you have to throw the football. This was something critical that they had to get addressed, and you wonder if the New England Patriots kind of felt, hey, listen, if we're going to win the AFC Championship this year, it's because we're going to have to earn it.
Yeah, but bringing in all those players does not guarantee that you're going to be successful. This is a great team. There's no question about it. They'll win 12, 14 games. The ultimate goal, win it all. If they don't win the Super Bowl, it is a bad season for the New England Patriots. That is what they are all about. We saw what happened to the Washington Redskins, where they bought Deion Sanders, Bruce Smith, a bunch of other guys in, and the question is, will the chemistry work? Not just with Moss, with all those guys you just mentioned. This game is about chemistry. One guy depending on another guy. And I think that from that standpoint, it's yet to be seen how successful New England will be adding all of those pieces.
Well, I think Belichick makes the chemistry. This is a marvelous move for him and a great move for Randy Moss. He's going to have fun. I think he's going to get right back to the Pro Bowl level. It's not the Randy Moss of old. This is the Randy Moss of new. And I think everybody's going to have to worry about this around the league that has to play the Patriots.
All right.
Back part 4, and the last time we saw Bill Belichick and Eric Mangini, the Patriots were continuing on in the playoffs while the Jets were sent packing. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz and NFL.com's Pat Kerwin with you, breaking down every single NFL game every single week. Hey, the Jets, they don't have to pack. The game is at the Meadowlands, but the Patriots are short in luggage, and at least at this point, I'm done with the packing references here, but they're short in players. Rodney Harrison, Richard Seymour are not playing. Seymour out for the first 6 weeks at least. Harrison suspended for the first 4 games. What does it mean to the Patriots defense?
Well, it means a lot to this defense over the long haul, but remind everybody that the Patriots have won without Harrison. They did it last year. He was out with injury, and they've won without Seymour. I think 2 years ago he missed 4 games. Richard Seymour is their premier defensive lineman. He commands double teams. He disrupts the backfield. He sets up the outside linebacker blitz game. He's not going to be there. Jarvis Green has played before. He'll do a pretty good job in a 1 to 2 game stretch. But I'm starting to hear Richard Seymour's injury might be more serious than that. He's on PUP, so he can't play for 6 weeks. But if it's more serious than that, when we get into this discussion in November, we might have a different answer.
And it's possible they may have to go the entire season then without Richard Seymour. On the other side, Thomas Jones practiced Monday for the first time. It was Labor Day. It was the first time he had practiced since the middle of August with a calf injury. Even if he were healthy, would he be effective against this New England defense?
Yeah, I think he's going to be very effective. And it's interesting you mentioned Labor Day. Did you notice how many NFL veterans got healthy on Labor Day? It's an incredible day where medicine happens for all these players that hate preseason. They're ready to go. He'll be fine. He'll get his 25 carries. This is just what the doctor ordered for the New York Jets. They didn't have that replacement last year. I think got some great efforts from some young players, but they need the attitude of Thomas Jones. He brings so much to the table. People in Chicago miss him already, and the Jets will benefit from it.
And we'll get into that when we get into Chicago and San Diego with Cedric Benson. But on the other side, you've got one more player here that you have to focus on. He's a new dad, and everyone made a big deal about that and the fact that his son's initials are Jet. But that's not important because on the field, Tom Brady is absolutely phenomenal, and he's even better on the road.
Well, he's terrific. He's 6-0 at Giant Stadium, or is that Jet Stadium? Oh, that'll be the new one. They'll have both names on it. The guy is great on the road, and he's got a new weapon in Randy Moss to go along with Watson and all of his other older weapons. Randy Moss, when I was at camp, I was so impressed with how hard that guy was working. Don't buy into the idea that he's not going to be ready to go. He'll be ready to go. Tom was all over him about route running. I thought Randy's route running started to deteriorate over time. He's going to be a better-looking player now than he's looked in 2 or 3 years. I expect big things from both of them. I don't know how the Jets are going to line up and cover.
But if he's not healthy to go, you still have Dante Stallworth, so you have another deep threat as well to go with everybody else that they brought in. Who's your winner?
I like the New England Patriots. I like the Patriots to go all the way to the last game of the season. As a matter of fact, barring more injuries, Adelius Thomas and on those players that they have that can rush the passer, drop in coverage, put their hand on the ground, make it very tough for Chad Pennington and the rest of the New York Jet offense. I like Tom Brady and the guys to get this thing rolling. Very important to win your first game. Last year, the final 4 teams in the playoffs all won opening weekend. The Patriots, and I think Belichick's 4-1 on first game. So let's go with the Patriots.
Real quickly, you said you like them to go all the way to the last week of the season. You mean undefeated?
No, I like them to go to the last game of the year. That's
Okay. The important game of the season. All right, they split the regular season last year, but the Patriots with both, the Patriots won in New York, as you said, and then the Jets won in New England at Gillette Stadium. We'll see how that one turns out. The Pats and Jets kick it off at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. For more on this game or any other in Week 1, keep it right here on CBSSports.com. For Pat Kerwin, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.
Primetime rolls on with an AFC East showdown. Patriots at the Meadowlands taking on the Jets. Tom Brady and New England have prevailed in 8 of the last 9 meetings. Prevailed, I tell you. That's Randy Moss, a reason why they might prevail again. Mark, why aren't the Jets covering Randy Moss?
Well, apparently they can't cover Randy Moss. They're so afraid of Randy Moss that they're not going to touch him. They're just going to let him get free releases. I personally don't understand.
18-yard gain there leads to a Patriot TD. Merrill, why aren't the Jets covering Randy Moss?
Well, they're actually trying. I think, and this is all seriousness, I think Randy Moss is one of those guys that looks fast on tape. You know he's fast, but you don't realize how fast he is till you actually get on the field. I'm sure there'll be some adjustments next time they play him this year.
That's a 33-yard gain. Randy Moss is there. Mark, why aren't the Jets covering Randy Moss?
Oh, and one thing, nobody got physical with him at the line of scrimmage. Here's a guy that's got a hamstring injury, did not play in the preseason. You need to beat that guy up a little bit.
That would lead to another Patriots TD. All right, kickoff to start the third quarter. Pats up 14-7. 8 yards in. What are they screaming on the bench to Ellis Hobbs?
Don't take it out. Kneel down. Kneel down.
What are they saying now?
Go, my brother.
Go, Ellis.
We trusted you all the way, my friend.
It's as if we drew it up that way. Longest kickoff return in NFL history. 108 yards ties the longest return in history. Eric Mangini says, why is this happening to me? 21-7. Still third quarter. Chad Pennington's pass broken up by Adelius Thomas. And then later in the drive, Jarvis Green, who had to play big, comes up big on Thomas Jones.
This front seven, actually, we probably don't talk that much about them, but they have got a good front seven as well, overshadowed by their offense.
And then, of course, a scary moment here. You see the right ankle for Chad Pennington bent backwards, and Chad was a gamer, tried to get up, but could not walk off under his own power. Good news, he would eventually return. However, the Jets would eventually punt. Later in the third, ball on the New England 49. Why aren't the Jets covering Randy Moss?
Well, technically they are covering Randy Moss here, but they have miscalculated and misjudged the speed again.
That's a 51-yard touchdown. Moss 9 receptions, 183 yards. Patriots big, quick handshake, 38-14.
That's the game of football. It's a team sport. So when you have the guys around you, you have a great supporting cast, and I think that's just something that everybody's happy to see in our offense, just how well it moves. So I think you can put everything in the category. It's probably the best well-coached team that I've been on, and then also as players and talent is the best team I've been on. So the whole circle, man, is the best, man. And like I say, man, I'm just enjoying the ride and just contributing to the team of what I can.
It appears for at least one game, Randy has read and memorized the Patriot Act in New England because he's drinking the Kool-Aid, what they all say. All right, so led by Moss, the Patriots receivers, their new receivers, had 16 of the team's 22 grabs. Moss, the biggest day, but Wes Welker had 6 catches and also returned 2 punts, and Dante Stallworth had one 19-yard catch in his Patriot debut. All right, fellas. On Thursday night, we saw the Indianapolis Colts just steamroll the New Orleans Saints, 41-10. New England goes on the road, week 1 at the Jets, steamrolls them 38-14. You have to think most people consider these two teams to be the front runners in the AFC, which by proxy means they're the front runners to win it all.
Some of them with San Diego.
So who was more impressive, do you think, week 1? The Patriots on the road, or do you think it was Indy at home against the Saints?
Well, both were very impressive, but I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts against the New Orleans Saints, who were in the NFC Championship last year for a couple of reasons. When you're defending the World Championship, you got a lot of things you got to deal with. Boredom, the mental aspect of it. But when you look what happened to them, all of the turnover, the youth, the young players that were there, that defense looked amazing. I think sometimes that helps a team because you do fight boredom. Now you've got all this fresh energy, you've got new players out there, and those new players are responding. And you also have Peyton Manning, who, hard to say this, but he gets better every single year.
He understands the game, and he continues to try to
another level.
improve. Yeah, take it to another level. I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts as well. And because I think I had more question marks about them. I thought New England was going to go out and handle their business. I think the New Orleans Saints are a better team than the Jets are. So I figured New England would go out and handle their business. What I didn't account for was the speed and athleticism on defense, all the replacements for the Indianapolis Colts. They were flying around the football. They were setting the tempo. They looked faster, meaner, stronger, and better prepared than did the New Orleans Saints. And that's the thing that was most impressive to me. Indianapolis looked great.
Again, look, the Patriots went on the road, won a tough division game. The Indianapolis defense held the New Orleans Saints offense without a touchdown. Their only touchdown in that Thursday night game was a Jason David fumble return for a score. Mark it down, by the way, November 4th, New England at Indianapolis. Well, let's add a little espionage, why don't we, to the drama that is the Patriots and the Jets rivalry. Sources have told our own Chris Mortensen that NFL security confiscated a camera and videotape from a Pats employee on the sideline Sunday. An NFL spokesman declined to comment, but the source said the cameraman was suspected of aiming his camera at Jets coaches, sending signals out to the defensive players on the field. The Patriots could lose one or more draft picks if this can be verified by the competition committee. By the way, we should point out this is the same cameraman that the Green Bay Packers accused of doing the exact same thing last year when the Patriots played at Lambeau. Shocked?
Well, espionage. I mean, when are we ever going to talk about espionage in the National Football League? I mean, is it wrong? Should you be doing it? No, only if you get caught. So I guess we'll have to wait to see if this fallout really happens. But teams do try to do everything possible to get an edge.
But how much can you really benefit from something?
Leave no stone unturned. I think more benefit the next time you play them, I think, is the biggest thing is what are your tendencies? What are you doing? Can we call plays based on your tendencies? And also, can we look at those signals and find something out that you're doing that we can take advantage of later on down the road?
Well, they've won 9 out of 10 against the Jets.
Seems to be working.
Espionage.
The resume is going well. That brief handshake between those two head coaches might be briefer next time around. Mark, Merrill, Trey, we'll see you later.
Coach of the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, said today he's focusing on this weekend's football game. Well, he may be, but the rest of the sports world is focusing on the news that his team illegally videotaped its opponent's signals. The NFL fined Belichick himself $500,000. His team, half that, and they'll forfeit some draft picks. But as ABC's John Berman reports, the league's first proven case of sideline spying has also revealed that these champions may be cheats.
The National Football League called it a calculated and deliberate attempt to avoid long-standing rules.
Touchdown as a Patriot.
But even on Boston radio, they're calling it something else, cheating.
This is an embarrassment. I mean, there's no reason for this. It's not a mistake. He cheated.
Patriots coach Bill Belichick had an assistant videotape signals, or play calls, being sent onto the field by the New York Jets last Sunday.
If they know before the snap of the ball what your coverage basically is, they can chew you up and spit you out.
Bending the rules in sports is nothing new. The 1951 Giants are accused of stealing pitch signs in the season Bobby Thompson hit the shot heard round the world. Famous Redskins coach George Allen would check the woods for spies before practice. But in this age of huge money and huge media coverage, it could be getting worse.
We put all of these people on such pedestals, and we put such a an onus on winning and losing.
Whatever the reason, Belichick's actions are raising new questions. The Patriots have won 3 Super Bowls in the last 6 years, a dynasty. Now many are wondering if it's a dynasty built on deceit.
It makes you wonder how long they've been doing that. And, you know, we played them in New England before, and it seemed like they knew everything we were doing.
I think the Patriots actually live by the saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Today, the coach had little to say.
It's over, and we're moving on. It's in the past. We're done with it.
Moving on might not be easy. The old saying goes, cheaters never prosper. But after 3 Super Bowls in 6 years, many are wondering if sometimes they do. John Berman, ABC News.
Walsh said it was arrogant of you to say that you had just misinterpreted NFL rules, and that you said that this illegal taping was of little value, 1 on a scale of 100, and that his feeling was it may well be the reason that you won 3 Super Bowls.
Well, first of all, I'll start at the back first. The reason you win football games is because of players. Players make plays on the field to win games, and that's how you win them. They're the ones that win games.
But if you
there's a lot of things that go into a preparation for a game. It's a mosaic, and there are hundreds of things. And in our case, you know, sometimes signals are involved, sometimes they're not.
But let me go back to the specific thing that Walsh said. He said that it was arrogant of you to say that you had misinterpreted NFL rules.
Well, my interpretation of the rules came from the Constitution and bylaws. And in, I think it's paragraph 14 there, the Constitution and bylaws states very clearly that you cannot use any type of videotaping device or anything like that from the start of the game to the conclusion of the game. And that was never done. We never ever used any of the videotaping in any way during the course of any game. And that's what I felt like I was in compliance with, and that's about my basis for really everything that we've done in terms of the competing in the National Football League.
I actually have a copy of those Constitution and bylaws, and it's Article 9, 14, B14, and it ends with during the playing of a game. So that's what you based your defense upon, is that what you were doing, that taping, was legal under NFL bylaws and Constitution, as long as you were not using it during the playing of the game.
It was never used during the playing of the game. Never. Now, subsequently, there was a memo that Ray Anderson sent out at the beginning of the 2006 season, and that was an error on my part. I take full accountability for that. At that point, we should have really gone. I feel like I should have gone to the league. I made a mistake. I should have gone to the league and said, look, are we okay doing this even though we're not using it within the game? And I didn't do that. We continued to do what we had done previously. At times, it wasn't every game, but it was, you know, it was a significant number, and did it based on the Constitution and feeling like as long as we weren't using it during the game, that it was okay.
When you say a significant number, from September of 06 to when you were finally caught in September of 07, how many games?
I don't know, but probably more than half, I would say.
That that September 2006 memo states, videotaping of any kind, including but not limited to taping of an opponent's offensive or defensive signals, is prohibited on the sidelines, in the coach's booth, in the locker room, or at any other locations accessible to club members during the game. That seems pretty crystal clear, Bill, for any kind of misinterpretation.
Yeah. Well, again, during the game.
It says during the game, but it does not say during the playing of a game. Different.
Right. Well, clearly it was a mistake.
And some people would say that mistake was just flat out cheating.
Well, again, I go back to the Constitution and bylaws. That overrode it, and I interpreted it incorrectly. So I was wrong, and we were penalized for it.
Heavily penalized, in your mind? Unfairly penalized, in your mind?
It doesn't really make any difference. It wasn't my penalty. It was the commissioner's decision. So whatever it was, that's what it was.
When we're talking about that, some of the argument is that others have argued that you chose to gamble, to risk breaking the rules, and got caught. And it wasn't a misinterpretation of any kind.
Well, I can't control what other people think out there. I'm telling you what happened, and that's what happened. I think if that was our intent, then we would have done it in a more discreet way. We were open about it. We had instances where opposing coaches actually turned and waved to the camera. They saw it. There were other teams that we felt like were doing it. Again, look, in preparation for a game, the signals that a coach gives out there, everybody can see. And we've had coaches in the stand or in the press box take notes of those signals. We videotaped them. It wasn't anything that wasn't visible or wasn't available. We did it in a way that was more convenient, in a way that we could study a little bit better. But there wasn't. Those signals are available to anybody that wants to see them.
Some might argue in a game of inches, putting that kind of information where you could decode signals, come up with specific plays to use in real time in a game is pure gold in the NFL. That could be the difference between winning and losing.
Well, again, you can get those same signals by sitting up in the press box and writing down what the signal is and what the play was and doing it that way. I mean, those signals are available to anybody who wants to see them.
Then why do it from the sidelines then?
It was a more convenient way to study them, that's all. But it isn't any information that isn't available to anybody else. Anybody can sit up in the press box and watch a coach give signals.
But they don't have them on tape where they can go back and analyze them and they can decode them. Writing them down on a piece of paper.
Now, we're not talking about DNA. You've seen the signals on the sideline. You can sit there and watch them. We've done it. We've done it without tape. We've done it. Every team takes an advanced scout, or they have people that look at the other team's signals. Sometimes you can get them. Sometimes they change them. That's just signaling defenses and personnel and all that. That's part of football, and everybody is available to see those signals. It's not like the other team or the other sideline or the press box or anybody else that they're not visible. They're visible to 70,000 fans.
Bill, if they weren't of such great value to you in this organization, then why would Matt Walsh say that he was told by his superiors to avoid detection, to not wear Patriots clothing on the sidelines, and to lie if he was asked about what he was shooting?
Well, I don't know of anybody that would have told him that. I never told anybody to tell him that. I don't think his superiors told him to do that.
You don't think, or you don't know whether Jimmy D, his superior, told
Well, he was
him?
never instructed to do that, and Jimmy said that he never did that. But you can see the tapes of Matt filming the games. You can see him in the end zone camera shooting them. He's as open as you can be. He's standing there behind the camera in full Patriots gear, shooting the tapes. Those tapes go to every team in the league. So you can make your judgment on that, Armin. I mean, you can see him standing there in the end zone shooting it. It's not anything discreet.
Here on NFL Primetime, glad to be joined by Mike Ditka and our band of merry men. And, I think before we go any further, guys, let's just go to the videotape.
That was a good
Shall
one
we?
shot of coach, though.
He was ready.
One shot of coach.
Yeah, he was ready to bring it. Bill Belichick, of course, fined $500,000 for the illegal videotape. Chargers in town. And, Mark, they spread them out early, didn't they?
Yeah, make sure you spread them out. Listen, you don't want to go against that vaunted run defense right off the bat, so spread everybody else out. They're still in a base defense, by the way. 3 linebackers. You got 4 guys you're defending from a wide receiver position. Doesn't make sense.
Well, it makes it very easy to find someone like Wes Welker for a huge gain. And then in the red zone, they do it again, Coach, going to the tight end, Benjamin Watson.
Well, they make it look easy, but the reason it's easy because they dictated to the Chargers how the Chargers are going to play defense, and that's the key thing. You say, you think you're going to come after us, we're going to not let you come after us. We're going to spread you out.
And then those linebackers, Merrill Hodge, they were all over Phillip Rivers early.
To me, that is the key to their whole defense. Their flexibility, their versatility, how smart they are. Roosevelt Colvin sees that, a little run action, but doesn't hand the ball off and just buzz out to the bottom, pick off.
Yeah, 1 play, 1 turnover for the Chargers. They're down 14-0, and this time Colvin lines up the opposite side, rushes Rivers, sack, fumble, Patriots recover. We ain't done yet. Did I mention they got a Dallas Thomas mark in the offseason?
Yeah, you did. And you know what? He lined up over left hash. Then he comes over into his zone drop. Again, like Merrill said, versatility, understanding where you're supposed to drop in the zone. He picks it off. And those receivers can't even catch him. He's so fast.
65 yards. But when you lock down, it's easy, right, Merrill?
No, the type of zone pressures that they use, their linebackers have to get to a lot of different places on the field, and they do as good a job as anybody. Everybody's excited about Randy Moss coming over. I was actually see a Dallas Thomas come over and how they will use him.
Well, you mentioned Dallas Thomas. You saw Roosevelt Colvin come in there and get something done, and there's a Dallas right there getting LT behind the line. He never had any room to run. And, Coach, it was another great game for Randy Moss.
Breaking news. And breaking news, the Pats are good.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach.
You can accuse them of anything you want to. The players play on the field. They're good. That quarterback's outstanding. Randy Moss is still running slant routes in the parking lot.
Yeah, you give him a 6-yard cushion off by Quentin Jammer. That's going to allow an easy pitch and catch for Brady to Moss. This one was over by the half. 38-14, the final score. And let's just say the Patriots want you to know it wasn't just about videotape that made them so good.
I'll be honest with you. This is one of the most satisfying victories of my career. This was attacking us, our head coach, our organization. This was attacking past teams. So to come out here and win this way also, exclamation point victory, it's very satisfying. And like I said, the most satisfying I've ever had.
Well, we've won quite a few big games around here, so if we were to listen to everything that everybody said and respond, there's just too many battles to fight. We're all lucky to play for him. I mean, he's the best coach probably in the history of the NFL.
Right now, it's put this one behind us and get on to Buffalo. We're back in the division, and Buffalo presents some unique challenges.
They have moved on, as Bill Belichick so drolly likes to put it. Just so people understand what they've done the first 2 weeks of the season, they've won their 2 games by a combined score of 76-28. Did I mention both of their first 2 opponents made the playoffs in 2006? Their offense production amazing. Tom Brady has thrown 3 touchdown passes in each contest. As you look at what they did Sunday night to San Diego, Coach, the first thing that sticks in my mind is Teddy Bruschi's been there for 3 Super Bowls. Okay, he's got 3 rings. And after that game, he's saying this was the most satisfying win of his career.
Well, I think there's a lot of pride involved with these guys. These guys did it. You can say anything you want to about coaches. Coaches coach, players play. These guys did it on the field. They won those Super Bowls. Bill Belichick is an outstanding coach. Probably preparation-wise, I don't know anybody that does it any better. And that's probably why he got in a little bit of trouble with this videotape. They're always trying to find out everything they can about the opponent. But let me say something to you. You get 4 films. If you're smart, you'll get 4 more films on your opponent.
Right.
You got a computer system, down, distance, situation, area of the field. All that goes in, you break it down. Tendencies don't change that much. What a team does, when you take it out of the computer, what they're doing, basically that's what they're going to do. You can make this thing too cerebral because it really comes down to your players kicking their players' butt.
Yeah, don't think, just play.
Do it.
And is there anything more wicked, I guess, in the NFL than a really good team with a really large chip on their shoulder?
Ooh.
I don't think so, especially when you look at them because the Patriots have so many different dimensions on their team. That's what you've got to look at. When you look at their offense last year, okay, they didn't have a vertical dimension. They threw the football with their tight ends and their running backs. Now look at them now. They have Randy Moss. They got a vertical dimension. They got a short, intermediate dimension. That's just the passing game. The running game, they can play smash mouth. They can run inside. They can run outside. And you try to take something away, but you can't take it all away. And then defense, Mr. Schlereth, you've got pressure. We got coverages. We changed things up. Right. We got smart players. I mean, as complete a team as we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, and I think one of the things, not only a complete football team, but when you talk New England Patriots, they are so good at dealing with adversity, regardless of what that adversity is, whether it's Tapegate, whether it's guys injured, whether it's taking a wide receiver and making him play cornerback. Right. They do it so well, and it's everybody in it together. I think there's nobody more focused on team than the New England Patriots organization.
Well, they've certainly proved that over the last few years, winning 3 Super Bowls in the last 7 seasons. They've certainly got it done. They're solid. Bills and Patriots. Again, New England really likes the number 38. Shocker, great day for Tom Brady. Much in the same way, great day for Peyton Manning because he's got Randy Moss to throw to. Why was that a completion, Merrill?
To me, this was all set up by watching tape. They've been running the fade route over to the corner. Now they change it up, do a little quick slant. Corner's playing to the outside. Touchdown.
And then they kicked Jabari Greer in the head just for fun.
Yeah, why not?
Pats up 17-7, and why not throw deep? This is great coverage by Greer.
Yeah, he just needs to be 5 inches taller, and he gets that ball knocked away. But
look at Randy Moss. Continue to run. Last second, he sticks those hands out there. He gets himself an extra yard down the football field. And, man, it's like a Venus flytrap. Are you kidding me?
6th career 4-touchdown game for Brady. Belichick happy, everybody happy. 38 for the 3rd straight week. They pound the Bills 38-7. Inside the numbers. Let's just say early returns on the Randy Moss thing, good. Brady has thrown Moss's way 25 times this season. They've had 22 completions. Well, what the heck happened on those 3 throws? 403 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's nearly what Moss put up all of last season with the Raiders.
Take you to the complete game highlights. Some key players out on both sides in this game. Rudy Johnson, a hamstring. Lawrence Maroney out. But we know Chad Johnson always ready to play.
I love you. But Ocho got to have fun. Baby, I love you.
Chad, a little pregame message.
I love the grill. I love the gold grill. I love it.
To the commissioner, Roger Goodell. Second play of the game. Watch the bottom right of the screen. Linebacker Lamar Marshall makes his move. Something goes wrong, TD, and we know that they are really depleted at that spot.
Linebacker. You know, right, this game they came in, they had some linebackers. A lot of guys went down. Ooh, tough for Cincinnati.
Marshall with that Achilles limping off. First quarter, Pats already up 3-0. Look at Sammy Morris, the guy we just spoke about. 49 yards. And this was a harbinger of things to come.
You see the determination to get into the end zone?
A couple of plays later, Brady to Mike Vrabel.
Where have we seen that before? Where have we seen that before?
Of his career, those two have hooked up so many times over the years. Vrabel, just another versatile star for Bill Belichick as New England would build a 10-0 lead. Second quarter, the next New England possession. Brady, one of the few mistakes he's made this season, picked off by Michigan rookie Leon Hall.
Doesn't make a lot of them, but when he makes them, you have to try to capitalize on his mistakes.
Brady's second interception of the season. 4 plays later, Carson Palmer to Chad Johnson, 21 yards, and Chad just chopped short of the end zone. Next play, it's Palmer to TJ Hushmanzada.
Take advantage of it.
First touchdown of the season. The Pats still up at that point. Cincinnati, though, you had a feeling maybe was going to make a game of it, but New England just keeps coming at you. There's another player going down, and Marvin Lewis looking on. Landon Johnson shaking up on that play as New England just keep on coming as they go to Randy Moss. That's about a good
and that trust factor. He trusts that when he throws that ball up, Randy Moss will come down with it. He puts it where only Randy can get it. That's just trust right there.
That will be Moss's first of 2 touchdown receptions on the night. New England led 17-7 at halftime. New England's first possession of the second half. It's Falk. Little reverse play. Wes Welker. Yeah, this is a team that
not bad.
Comes straight at you, and then when they start throwing these trick plays in, I mean, it's just
catch you off guard a little bit. You know how it is.
For the other defense, 5 plays later, it's Sammy Morris again from 7 yards out. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and at this point, it's just not looking fair. New England up 24-7. Fast forward to the 4th quarter, the Pats up 24-10, and here's just a sign of some of the frustration. Chad Johnson and Carson Palmer arguing a little bit as they were walking along the sideline, ensuing Cincinnati possession. Palmer incomplete to Johnson as the frustration continues.
Yeah, these guys, they were off a little bit today. I think Chad Johnson and Carson Palmer got into it, but they'll be okay.
Another misconnect between the two players. Bengals just can't make anything work. Final play is the finishing touches put on by New England. It's Randy Moss's 2nd touchdown grab of the night. That gives him 6 on the season, make it 7 for him, as this one from 14 yards out. And that final nail in Cincinnati's coffin, as TV will get another look at it. And these two, boy.
And when Brady throws it up, Randy Moss chances are 9 times out of 10, he will come down with that football.
Any 2 doubts that those 2 guys could coexist have been quickly put to bed here the first 4 weeks as New England, again, we mentioned 30-plus points for a 4th straight game. All victories for them as they are now 4-0. Cincinnati, a very, very disappointing 1-3 as the Bengals, it doesn't get any easier.
The Cleveland Browns paid a visit to Bill Belichick.
He's not cheating anymore.
Romeo Crennel chewing gum in a place where he once worked as a defensive coordinator. First quarter, Cleveland down 3-0. Here's Jamal Lewis.
Sweet Dumbaloo running downhill physical as ever.
That'd be his only run. That would be his only run on the day. 3 plays later, Derek Anderson to Joe Jaravicius on 3rd and 4, gain of 17. As Jamal Lewis strolls off to the locker room. And boy, would they sort of need him on the goal line here. Instead, it's Jason Wright getting stuffed on the goal line instead of jamming Jamal Lewis at that defensive front for the New England Patriots. It's now 3rd and goal at the Patriots 1 when Anderson throws late across the middle and the graduate snags it out of the air. Junior Seau's first pick since 2002.
Ageless young quarterback right there, Anderson. Throw it away. He's showing his youth down there.
Still in the first quarter after no points. Here comes Anderson again. This time Asante Samuel picks it off after Adalis Thomas with the tip. Returns it to the Browns 34. Very next play, Tom Brady, all kinds of time, finds Dante Stallworth over the middle, and Stallworth makes a play. First touchdown as a New England Patriot, 34 yards, 10-0.
It's not always Randy Moss now and Ben Watson. Dante Stallworth, 4 catches today.
Second quarter now, it's Anderson. Ball is hit. Mike Vrabel with the pick.
Hold it up!
No, it's Junior Seau.
He held it up for me.
Why would he hold it up like that?
I have no idea, but he's still making plays. He's not as quick, not as physical, not as aggressive, but he's able to make plays because of his knowledge.
Next Pats possession, Brady, play action with time. Ben Watson, this was an easy pitch.
Yeah, Ben Watson, what a great day today. 6 catches for over 100 yards and a couple of TDs.
20-0 at the half, fourth quarter now. It's 20-3 when Anderson hits a diving Tim Carter, and it's a 10-point game as he rolls into the end zone. 20-10, but no Lawrence Maroney for a second straight game. No Big Whoop for a second straight game as Sammy Morris hits for the century mark again. 12 carries, 102 yards, 13 yards there. 2 plays later. It's not always Randy Moss, but it is on this play.
Yeah, he had only 3 catches today, but he's a factor in every game.
You got to respect his speed. That's why they give playing often pretty deep. He's able to have the comeback all day.
And then Brady finds Watson one more time for good measure to put the Patriots up 27-10. They got a defensive touchdown. So I guess the league's catching up to the Patriots because they didn't score 38 in this game.
Closing the gap.
I think he took it easy on his old pal.
It's the third 5-0 start in franchise history for New England. The last time they had it was in 2004, their last Super Bowl win. The 4th team ever to win their first 5 games by 17-plus points, as Cleveland's lost 5 of their last 6 against New England. And as you can see, Tom Brady, 16 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. He's got 5 games with at least 3 touchdowns. Last year, he had only 2 such games. His 16 touchdowns are the second most through 5 games since 1960. Not too shabby. Let's get to the one game that seemingly was only on the schedule to so many people, and it was Tony Romo and the 5-0 Cowboys. Terrell Owens says he's the original 81.
Get the popcorn ready.
And Tom Brady with the kids.
Give me $60 million, I'll kiss you too.
Robert Kraft with the smooch right there. And the 6th play of the game after the Cowboys go 3 and out. Dante Stallworth from Brady, 11-yard gain. 5 plays later, Brady to who? Wes Welker.
That's my guy, Randy Moss. You remember his name? Wes Welker moves the chains consistently.
And then a 14-play drive capped off by the first catch of the game from Randy Moss.
How can you leave Randy Moss wide open in the back of the end zone?
Just like that. Then the Cowboys, next drive, Rodney Harrison sacks Tony Romo. So Romo, who did so well earlier their parts of this year, moving around in the pocket, can't get out of the pocket. Brady gets right back in the pocket, fires to Ben Watson. Same drive, 3 plays later on 3rd and 7, Brady finds Wes Welker's a factor.
Double coverage going up the seam. He's fast enough. He runs the route. They were looking for him to sit it down. He kept it up straight and was able to get in for the touchdown.
Patriots up 14-1 after the first quarter. Dallas with only 1 first down in the first quarter. In the second quarter, disaster for the Patriots as the Cowboys get right back in it. Greg Ellis sacks Brady, who fumbles. Jason Hatcher, 29 yards to the house, and Hatcher breathing new life into the Cowboys' effort. 14-10 is your score. 8th play of the next drive for the Patriots. They just kept putting drive after drive together, Dion. Kevin Falk, 18 yards right here. And then 12th play of the drive, Brady finds who?
Wes Welker. I love this guy.
11 catches, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns for this guy from Texas Tech.
12th play of the drive, 72-yard drive, eating up almost 7 minutes of clock. But here comes Romo right back to the guy who was taken out of this game for the most part by New England. Jason Witten, only 3 catches on the day. That one was huge, as was this one from Terrell Owens. Touchdown, 21-17.
Big play against the blitz. The 2 defenders ran into each other on the crossing routes. Touchdown, T.O.
And how about Tony Romo wanting to celebrate with Mike Carey right there? Really interesting. And then in the second half, Julius Jones making plays out of the backfield for Dallas. 25-yard gain. Same drive, 5 plays later. Tony Romo, play fake to Patrick Creighton, touchdown. Cowboys up 24-21. The first time the Patriots have trailed in the second half all season. How would Brady respond? Well, by putting together another double-digit drive in terms of plays. 10th play of the drive to Randy Moss. It's called pass interference on Pat Watkins.
Yeah, Pat Watkins, not known for reading the ball well. You got to give Randy Moss an opportunity to catch the ball, to get his position. Interference puts him on the 1-yard line.
Next play, a very Brady touchdown. Tom to Kyle, and the Patriots are back on top with a 10-play, 77-yard drive. Later in the third quarter, Marion Barber in his own goal line. Now he's in his own end zone.
To the safety.
Breaking tackles, running with his usual reckless abandon, but this is reckless.
That may be one of the best plays in the NFL this season because of tenacity. Starts out to the right, it's balled up. The best thing he had going from it, big linemen are trying to catch him. They can't run, they don't have the athleticism. But a cornerback comes up, Asante Samuel misses the tackle. This guy was determined to make it out of the end zone.
A great, interesting 2-yard drive, perhaps too interesting for Dallas. Patriots get the ball back. Brady up top to Randy Moss. It's called a touchdown, but the play is challenged. As you can see, it appears maybe his feet get down, but what he cannot complete is the catch once he hits the ground, so it's no catch. The Patriots get a field goal to go up a touchdown, 31-24. Later in the fourth quarter, 3rd and long, 3rd and 14, Romo to Owens for 13 yards. So it's 4th and 1 to start the fourth quarter. They decide to go for it to the Cowboys. Marion Barber busts through, but there's laundry on the field. You saw the umpire throws the flag. It's usually holding, and it was on Kyle Kosher.
That's a good call.
He's got him wrapped around.
Looks like a tackle.
He takes down Teddy Bruschi.
Get back.
And so Dallas is forced to punt. And then Brady, play action to Dante Stallworth. He is gone, 69 yards. Brady with a career-high 5 touchdowns on the day. And the Patriots, after falling behind 24-21, go ahead and score 17 unanswered points and eventually nearly put a 50-burger up on the Cowboys. The 48 points allowed by the Cowboys, the second most points ever allowed by the Cowboys at home. It's New England's highest point total in 23 years. They outpossessed Dallas 38 minutes to 21 minutes, and they're 2-0. They're 6-0 for the second time ever. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, fresh off their big win in Dallas, taking on a division rival in Miami, the last team to beat the Patriots in the regular season, but last year's Dolphins, not like this year's Dolphins by any stretch, or vice versa, really. Tom Brady, first possession of the game, finds Dante Stallworth spinning through the secondary into the end zone.
Repeat of last week, breaking tackles, making a catch, and using his speed.
7-0 just like that. Cleo Lemon starting for the Dolphins, of course. Trent Green on IR now, and he drops the football. Ty Warren recovers. 6 plays later, a very Brady touchdown. Tom to Kyle. Patriots go up 14-0. Brady with 2 touchdown passes on the day already. Next Miami drive facing a 4th and 1. Why not go for it? You're down 14 points. You're 0-6, and you got Ronnie Brown running up the gut.
This is a busy guy. Had 17 carries today and 5 receptions. He's their best offensive weapon.
Second quarter now. Cleo Lemon.
Squeeze that lemon.
And what do we call this, Steve?
That's a lemon drop.
Touchdown. Miami cuts the lead 14-7, but just when you think we might have a game.
They have special teams too, Dion.
You mean to tell me they have an offense, a defense, and special team?
Willie Andrews, 77 yards for the score, and New England back on top by 2 touchdowns, just like that. 21-7 after a Dolphins 3 and out. Tom Brady, play action. Throw it up top to Randy Moss, why don't you?
Why don't you just go up and get it at its highest point? Nobody can cover this guy. Double team him, triple team him. He's going to go make a play.
See, this is the problem. Randy Moss, whenever you see him inside the numbers, yes, he's going deep. Cornerback right there, cover 2. He loves cover 2. Chad Johnson, T.O., they love cover 2. Why don't, Coach, we just take the cornerback, put him where the safety is because he's accustomed to playing the ball in space. And then maybe you can make some plays against Randy Moss.
And do not adjust your sets. Later on in the second quarter, Tom Brady, why don't you throw it up to Randy Moss? Why don't you?
Well, there's only 2 guys back there. You might as well just throw another touchdown.
Same old safety that I'm talking about. Let's just try to exchange. Take the cornerback, put him where the safety is.
Enough time left in the first half, however, with less than a minute to go to not only put up more points, but to run a fake spike up 35-7. Randy Moss with a one-handed catch. It's out of bounds. Very next play, Tom Brady finds former Dolphin Wes Welker.
I love this guy. He moves, changed 9 receptions, 138 yards, 47 receptions on the season, Rich.
A first half 40-burger as Tom Brady matches his touchdown total from the previous week before halftime. And in the fourth quarter, it's time to bring in Matt Castle. And Brady gives him a little towel help right there. But Castle needed a little more than the towel right here.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
He threw in the towel after Jason Taylor cuts the Miami lead, the New England lead in half. It's 42-21, so Bill Belichick out with Matt Castle, in with Tom Brady. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Brady finds Wes Welker for another first down.
This guy just catches passes, 9 receptions, 138 yards, and a couple of TDs.
And Brady, back in his rocking chair in the pocket, finds Wes Welker again.
Cannot cover this guy in a slot. He's too elusive. He runs good route. He keeps his shoulders out, and he breaks hard coming out of his
Tom Brady with 6 more touchdown passes in his first career game with a perfect rating of 158.3. He has 27 touchdowns already, people. Joe Gibbs in the 5th-ranked defense in the NFL this year, standing in Bill Belichick and Tom Brady's way. But if it's the first possession of the game, as you can see, Tom Brady's never beaten the Washington Redskins. He could join Peyton Manning in that whole beating the 31 other teams department. But if it's the first possession of the game for New England, they're going to do this.
They usually score on these drives, don't they, Rich?
They do, Steve Marion.
See, when they get this running game going with Maroney, I'm telling you, these guys are going to be impossible to beat. And that's my guy right there. What's his name, Rich?
Wes Welker. WW. The double W. 5 plays later, Brady. He's got to take it himself.
Run it in yourself. Get in there.
They've scored on their first possession every week.
Every week.
Brady might go prime time off that play right there.
You think so?
He might.
Second quarter, Pat's first possession of that quarter. Brady to Maroney.
Check down. Makes guys miss in the open field, even on a 3-yard dump off.
Down to the 5. 2 plays later after that 25-yard pass play. Tom Brady to who else but his linebacker.
You would think they know that he's coming in the game to catch a pass.
10th touchdown.
And he's got 10 catches. Every time he catches it, it's
cover him, will you?
Redskins next possession, and who's the one who comes up with the sack and forced fumble? But the guy who just caught a touchdown.
He does it all.
A fumble, and Ty Warren recovers as Jason Campbell puts it on the turf, led to a field goal. Patriots up 17-0 next Redskins possession. Campbell goes for James Thrash, but finds Asante Samuel instead.
10 interceptions, led the league last year. He's on pace. You know why? The guy can flat out cover. Who needs training camp when you can cover like that?
Very next play, though, the Patriots love fest hits a road bump there. As Andre Carter recovers the fumble forced by Phillip Daniels. 7 plays later, what can Jason Campbell do with it with less than 2 minutes to go? Put it on the turf again as Vrabel sacks him and forces another fumble. Ty Warren recovers again. Do not adjust your sets, says Brady. Using those feet.
Look at him go.
Look at Brady going for the first down. Guys, you cannot stop that. A running game, a deep passing game, a check down game. Now he's getting first downs running out of the pocket.
And he finds Wes Welker.
That's my guy.
3 plays later with the clock running down. Brady's got to rush the team to the line. Of course, he's going to clock it so they can figure out what play to do next. Or run the fake spike.
Randy Moss with the nice push off. With the push off.
I think he pushed off.
But there's no flag.
Call it.
Brady's 29th touchdown pass of the season. 3rd quarter we go. Brady hits Dante Stallworth, gets him in the mix as he breaks some tackles for a 22-yard gain.
Well-blocked screen.
6 plays later. It's now Lawrence Maroney. They don't have a running game, right? That's what everybody says about them. They're too one-dimensional. Is that what they say?
This guy breaks tackles. He's a strong runner. Changes the ball. He's a stiff arm, strong runner. What a guy he is.
5 plays later, 3rd and goal on the 2. Do you go to Vrabel? Do you go to Randy Moss? You just let Brady keep it
yourself.
2nd touchdown of the game. Patriots up 31-0, and the route is on. Next Skins possession. Who comes in with the sack and forced fumble again?
Is it Vrabel?
Unbelievable. This time it's Roosevelt Colvin who picks it up and goes in for the score. It's 38-0.
All these linebackers are over 30 years old, Rich. Look at them play.
That's Vrabel. We spot shot him blowing past Todd Wade. Some of the stutters.
Oh, that was a nice stutter.
4th quarter, we go. Brady. I mean, this is like Groundhog Day. It's getting to be. If you think about it.
Yeah, actually, let's pump it up. Let's set it up. Look at Moss down the sideline. Double covered, and he still makes the catch. Moss is one of the best receivers to catch in traffic. Why? Because he focuses on the football.
Now, what do you think of this going for it on 4th and 1 up 38 instead of just kicking the field goal and giving it back to Washington? What do you think of that one there?
Yeah, he could have kicked that one.
2 plays later, Brady to Wes
touchdown
Welker.
to Wes Welker.
45. What do we have now, Steve?
Well, it's a 40 burger already.
45 to nothing. Just over 7 minutes left in the quarter. Now Matt Castle's coming in.
Finally.
Last week it led to a pick and then Brady coming back in, but this time Castle looks good to Jabbar Gaffney for 21 yards. 2 plays later, Castle can't find anyone, and he does his best Tom Brady impersonation. Runs it in.
Yes.
Yes.
What is that now, Steve?
Well, that's a 50 burger for Castle.
52-0, and it smiles all over in New England, but in Washington, it is a run off the field and no handshake for Bill Belichick by Joe Gibbs, leaving
Where is he? Where is he? I want to shake his hand. Where is he?
Looking for the Hall of Fame head coach who is in the locker room.
He better known as he caught the rabbit.
Afterwards, Joe Gibbs was asked about that afterwards, and Joe Gibbs said he didn't have a problem with that. 52-7 is the final score as New England hangs 52 on the 5th-ranked defense in the National Football League coming in. You'd presume the Redskins won't be ranked as such coming out, as New England, as you can see, is just absolutely tearing things up. Brady, the only player ever to throw 30 touchdown passes in the first 8 games of the season. The Patriots, 331 points, the most ever through 8 games, and they're plus 204 in scoring margin. So let's see how they played for the first time in 2007. The Patriots, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady taking on Peyton Manning and Tony Dungy. We've got ISO shots galore at the top, and one of Marvin Harrison inactive.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt.
Inactive. Patriots' first possession following a missed Adam Vinatieri field goal, and the first play from scrimmage is a Tom Brady sack by Robert Mathis.
That doesn't happen very often. He sacked him twice today.
Patriots go 3 and out. First time all season they didn't score in their opening possession of a game. Next Colts possession, 4th play of. From the Patriots 46, Manning to the man who was filling in for Marvin Harrison, Anthony Gonzalez, and Asante Samuel's flag.
Asante Samuel, one of the best coverage corners in the league. Get the right hand and pulling that left arm back. That was a true flag.
Led to a field goal as the Patriots defense was stout in the red zone for much of the afternoon. It's 3-0 when Tom Brady had spent Watson for a 4-yard gain on 3rd and 3 inside the 5 now. 3 plays later, Brady to Randy Moss, touchdown.
What a great throw to Randy Moss. It threw it up nice and high so he could use his size to go get another touchdown for Moss.
12th of the season. That already ties Stanley Morgan's all-time season record in Patriot history. And, of course, they have more games to go. Next possession for the Patriots. They're leading 7-6, under 2 minutes to go in the half. Brady rolls one way, throws the other, and Antoine Bethea with a rare pick of Tom Brady. Snaps a streak of 175 straight completions without a pick, ties his career best. The Colts have half a minute to try and go down the field and get some points. So Peyton Manning just dumps it off to Joseph Adai. Maybe he can get the first down and get out of bounds, but suddenly he's still running through the entire Patriot defense.
Great cutback.
73 yards for the touchdown.
He's going to call a very safe play, very conservative. Drop it off to my check down. Joseph Adai breaks some tackles. We have some missed tackles, and he's going to use his blocker as well and get in the end zone right before the half.
First play over 40 yards this season against the Patriots defense, and the Colts lead at half, 13-7. Let's go to the third quarter. Patriots, 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. Tom Brady, midway through the third quarter. Randy Moss, another one-handed grab from
Randy Moss. You know why he excited me so much? Not the typical Randy Moss routes, nothing just deep outs. He ran deep ends and quick slants also.
To a field goal. It's a 3-point game in the fourth quarter. You bet we're replaying this on NFL Network on Wednesday. A great Pro Bowl type pick by Gary Brackett. One-handed pick, gets up, rumbles 28 yards the other way. A 2-interception game for the Colts defense against Tom Brady now.
What a great pick by Brackett. Now he uses some athleticism, tip drill, tip it to myself, and I'm going to get up. Nobody touches me, and I'm going to use my blockers and get downfield and make more yards.
How would the Colts take advantage? Moving down the field, sixth play of the ensuing drive. Joseph Adai running between the tackles, 7-yard gain. First player in Colts history with 100 rushing yards and 100 receiving yards in the same game. 2 plays later, second and goal. The one, and Manning calls number 18. Colts up by 10 with 9 and change to go. But that's when Tom Brady was backed into a corner and just launched one up top to who else but Randy Moss.
Cover 2, what do? You beat the cornerback. You have one-on-one to safeties.
And it was a 55-yard gain. Just like that, the Patriots setting up shop on the Colts 3. 4 plays later on third and goal from the 3, and Brady hits your guy.
Well, welcome. I love this guy.
32nd touchdown pass of the season, new Patriots single-season record. It's a 20-17 game. Next Patriots possession after the Colts can't score. Brady throws over the middle or down deep the sideline. A Dante Stallworth 33-yard gain, Steve.
When you play cover 2 defense, you're hoping that the corners now will get a jam within 5 yards on these wide receivers. But you're going to notice Dante Stallworth take the inside release, and he gets free to that safety. The safety, Antoine Bethea, doesn't get off that hash. Tom Brady sees all of this after his jab fake, shoots it into the soft spot for a 33-yard gain to Dante Stallworth, setting up the game-winning touchdown.
It was called a catch and a force out. As you see, Stallworth only gets 1 foot down. The very next play from the 13-yard line, it's Brady to Kevin Falk, who does the rest. Patriots, as you saw, were down 10 with 9 and change. They're up 4 with 3 and change to go. The Colts now need to go down and score a touchdown to win this game. 3rd and 9. Manning drops back. He is taken down by Jarvis Green, who forces the fumble loose to who else but Indianapolis native Roosevelt Colvin to seal the game for New England.
Yeah, the Purdue graduate's in the right place at the right time, and this thing is game over.
His first lost fumble at home since December 4th, 2005. Brady and headbutts his offensive lineman. Coach Belichick, he's no longer wearing the hoodie, guys.
I like the polo. He's excited. That game meant a lot to them.
You like the polo, huh? So, New England's won 12 straight regular season game, ending Indianapolis' 12-game win streak. And the Patriots go into Indianapolis 10 down with 9 minutes to go, and they're still undefeated. Kevin Everett looks good. He looks good. And all of our best wishes obviously go to him in his continued recovery. As for the game, the Buffalo Bills came out, first possession, 4th play of the game. J.P. Lossman picked by Randall Gay. Unnecessary roughness at the end gave New England an extra 14 yards, and then Lawrence Maroney takes it in. New England up 7-0, just like that. Another first possession touchdown for the Patriots on this rampaging, scorched earth season for them. Next possession, Brady up top to Randy Moss. 13 receiving touchdowns. That passes Stanley Morgan for the franchise record.
The pocket awareness, the coolness, the calmness. Tom Brady is simply unbelievable.
Now, J.P. Lossman, it seems, is suffering a disastrous turn of events here, but Lossman makes something out of nothing. Nice play there as he finds Michael Gaines for a 13-yard gain, and then 2 plays later, Lossman to his speed burner from the U, Roscoe Parrish, and we've got a game, it seems, here.
That's a nice adjustment on the ball. It was a little bit underthrown for the touchdown.
But just when you thought we had a game, the Patriots got the ball back. Brady to Jabbar Gaffney, a 30-yard gain on 3rd and 8. 5 plays later, we're in the second quarter when Brady finds Moss again, who does the rest. He's now padding his franchise record with his 14th touchdown of the year at 21-7. Next possession for New England, 10th play of the drive. Brady hits who else but
the fade stop, one of the toughest routes to cover in the +10 area.
Another 3-touchdown game for Brady's this season. Each game he's had one, and then make it 4 as he finds Moss for the 4th time of the half. 4 touchdowns for Randy Moss. That's a franchise single-game record, and it's not even halftime. It's 35-7. Now it's the second half. 4th and 1, up 35-7. Why not go for it?
Well, you should.
Yeah?
You play the score.
And they do. Benjamin Watson, 42-7. Next possession, 42-10, 4th and 1. Why not go for it?
Good slant, 7 yards, 8 yards off Randy Moss. That's just like stealing.
Now 4th quarter, 2 plays later, Kyle Eckel runs it in from the 1. 7 touchdowns in the first 7 offensive possessions for New England, who added another touchdown for a 50-burger, and they improved to 10-0 18th team in NFL history to do that by outscoring Buffalo 56-10 in this game, 94-17 this season. Tom Brady, 38 touchdowns, and 15 of them to Randy Moss. New England Patriots looked like mere mortals on Sunday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. Tom Brady coming in with 38 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. A.J. Thiele getting the start for the Eagles because Donovan McNabb couldn't go. And then the first pass of the game for A.J. Thiele is a pick six.
That's not how he wanted to start this thing out.
Asante Samuel takes it back 40 yards, and just when you thought the game was over, here comes A.J. Thiele and the Eagles right back at it. On 4th and 1, they sneak it on the Patriots 15. That's the sort of game this was. The Eagles just throwing the kitchen sink, and Brian Westbrook at New England in their house to tie the game at 7. Second quarter we go. Next possession for the Eagles after Tom Brady led the Patriots down the field for a touchdown on their first offensive touch. Here comes Westbrook, 14 yards around the end for a first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 8 from the New England 28, and Thiele throws it over the middle to Greg Lewis, who makes a play.
What a great play. Got behind the defenders, and Thiele put it up for a nice touchdown throw.
And this is what the Eagles had to do, is have guys make plays.
Guys make plays. It's something you said back in the back. Westbrook may be the best athlete that they've played against this season.
Belichick trying to get the troops all rallied because he knows the Eagles are making them play defense with guys like Lewis again free for 27 yards, and 5 plays later, 3rd and 10 for the Patriots, 18. That A.J. Thiele, Greg Lewis connection, 18-yard touchdown.
What a nice throw. They have a maximum protection call on with double post by the wide receivers. They pick it up well, and he shoots it in there for 6.
But if Tom Brady has any time left in the half, you know he's going to drive the Patriots down the field as he gets Wes Welker on a big 3rd and 6 to move the chains. And then it is Jabbar Gaffney in the end zone, 19-yard touchdown, wave off the flag, and certainly no challenge as he gets both feet down.
He gets them both in. They got a lot of weapons on that team he spreads around.
And the Patriots score on one of the final plays of the half to go up by 3 into the second half, but Wes Welker taking off.
What a day this guy had.
42 yards down to the Philadelphia 4. This was after the Eagles jumped off sides on a 4th and 4. Tom Brady going down, throws the touchdown Randy Moss, but that flag's on Randy.
Yeah, that flag's on Randy, pushing off. They had called this all season long, but they called it because this cornerback, Lito Shepherd, is also a Pro Bowler.
And then Steven Gostkowski would come on and miss the field goal, so New England's just up 3 when Thiele finds Kevin Curtis for a 19-yard gain. 2 plays later, Thiele on 2nd and 10. We have a little flea flicker. It's Thiele to Hank Basket on the sideline, 16 yards. 4 plays later, 3rd and 4 from the 8. Thiele to Reggie Brown, touchdown, Eagles on top.
What an excellent throw. But the protection on this play was big time. Brian Westbrook pinned the defensive tackle and gave him enough time for the touchdown.
But Tom Brady had Wes Welker at his disposal, 12 yards for the first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9. Who does he throw to move the chains, Dion?
Wes Welker. I've been ranting and raving about this guy all year long because you know why? He's playing against the 3rd corner on each team, and you can't guard this guy with a 3rd corner.
And then 2 plays later, who do they throw to move the chains?
Wes Welker.
13 catches for $149. 2 plays later, it's Lawrence Maroney. A rare running play on the night for the Patriots, who take the lead 31-28. But A.J. Thiele still had some bullets left in his arsenal. Moves the Philadelphia Eagles down the field, trying for the end zone, and he's picked again by Samuel. And that's the way New England would wrap things up against a game Philadelphia Eagles squad coming in without Donovan McNabb. And the New England Patriots survived the Eagles' attack at home on Sunday Night Football, the 13th team in NFL history to start the season 11-0. They did allow 28 points, tying a season high of points allowed, but they still move on undefeated. And you check out the accomplishments that they already clinched the title actually earlier in the day for the AFC East when the Buffalo Bills lost, but the Patriots do clinch the AFC East title after just 11 games as Tom Brady comes up with career game-winning drive in 4th quarter overtime, number 26.
That unbelievable finish now between the Patriots and the Ravens. Ray Lewis honoring Sean Taylor.
Son, it's the only thing we playing for tonight. Do you understand that? Not a game. This is family right now. And one of
Send him home running.
First quarter, Tom Brady and company on the move. Brady looking, finding Dante Stallworth for a 42-yard gain down to the Ravens 25. A face mask penalty on Samari Rolle added 15 more yards. And so the Patriots looking like they do in just about every game. Looking, Brady with all kinds of time. He finds Ben Watson in the back of the end zone, but he can't hold on, TD.
And that's Tom Brady buying time, allowing his wide receivers to get open. Ben Watson has got to catch that ball right in the breadbasket.
Stephen Gostkowski added a 21-yard field goal, but the Pats up 3-0. Ravens still hanging in here. Kyle Bowler under duress from Adalius Thomas, the former Raven, gets away, and Bowler finds DeVar Darling. Darling slips a tackler, and he's up 53 yards before getting pushed out of bounds at the Patriots 18. And later in the drive on a 3rd and goal, it's Bowler looking over the middle to Derek Mason. And the Ravens are up 7-3 in the first quarter.
See the Michael Jackson move.
Mason with his best MJ there. Second quarter, Pats ball 10-3. And Brady finds Dante Stallworth for 17 yards down to the Ravens 35. 6 plays later, Brady looking at Randy Moss, and Moss is mugged. Chris McAllister flagged for pass interference, and here comes Heath Evans. Coach, they have so many weapons.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys. You know, you can't zero in on one guy because somebody else is going to beat you.
I tied the game up at 10, so the Patriots are trying to take control. 56 seconds left in the half. Brady looking deep over the middle, but he's picked off by Ed Reed. So Reed seemingly looking to put the Ravens in position to get some points before the end of the half, but he's hit by Kevin Falk, and he fumbles. Ben Watson recovers. It's 10-all at the half. Third quarter now. Ravens opening drive. This is a 2nd and 9. And Bowler trying to continue what he started. A dart 21 yards to Derek Mason for the first down. And Willis McGahee, who looked like a real man tonight, TD.
Looked like a man at the offensive line for the Baltimore Ravens, getting a hat on the hat. Willis McGahee running like I've never seen him before.
17 yards there. McGahee rushed for 138 on the night, but the Ravens up 17-10. Patriots now on the next drive on a 2nd and 8. Brady avoids the pressure, and he dumps it off to Lawrence Maroney. Had a couple of big receptions in this one. 36 yards here. Maroney down to the Ravens 34. Later in the drive on a 3rd and 1, it's Brady to Moss, and Coach, you knew these two would hook up at some point.
Yeah, you knew these two guys were going to get the job done. You can't keep them down for very long.
Tied at 17, Moss's 17th touchdown reception of the year. It leads the league. McGahee couldn't find any room on the right side, cuts it back down the left side, 18 yards to the Patriots 38. Same drive, different quarter now. Bowler with the play action to Daniel Wilcox, and the Ravens are up 24-17.
Ravens putting a nice little, play together, going for a touchdown, didn't settle for a field goal, which is good.
And Don Shula, of course, the coach of 72 Dolphins, to that perfect 17-0 mark. I think we know who he's rooting for here. Ravens now later on a 3rd and 4, and this really could have put it away, but Bowler picked off by James Sanders.
Big mistake by Bowler. Clearly a bad throw on his part, and cost him dearly here as the outcome of the game is decided later on.
And Sanders returning at 42 yards. Rodney Harrison trying to have some fun with Brian Billick. Billick wanting no part of it. All right, so the Patriots on the move again. Brady had some issues. His receivers were covered a lot during the night, so he dumped it off a few times to his running backs. And here's Maroney, another big reception, 43 yards to the Ravens 24. And Stephen Gostkowski coming on to knock down the 38-yarder. So the Ravens now up 24-20 in the fourth quarter. And here's where it got real good after exchanging punts. Patriots on the move again. Brady looking for Stallworth, but he's jacked up by Samari Rolle. On a 2nd and 10 now, Brady to Watson, 23 yards. Watson with a great grab, a first down, still on the same drive on a 3rd and 10. This is Brady to Kevin Falk. Falk gets 9 yards, so it's 4th and 1 for the Patriots. Looks like they got the play off, but Rex Ryan, Ravens defensive coordinator, called timeout. So the Patriots got the play again. They will penalize 5 yards for an offside. So now on a 4th and 6, It's Tom Brady. The game's on the line. $1:45 left. Brady's going to keep it himself. Scrambles for a first down.
That's a big play by Tom Brady. He didn't use his arm. He used his legs for that too.
3rd and 5 for the Patriots. Same drive, under a minute left. Brady incomplete, looking for Wes Welker. This is a 4th and 5. The game here with 50 seconds left. Brady fires in the end zone. It's incomplete. But Jamie Winborn flagged for defensive holding. The Patriots still alive. And on a 1st and goal, it's Brady to Jabbar Gaffney. 8 yards. Gaffney's only catch of the night. But it came at a crucial time. It was reviewed upstairs. And the play on the field stood. So the Patriots go on top 27-24 with under a minute left. 8 seconds now left in the ball game. Kyle Bowler airs it out. And it's Mark Clayton who pulls it down. But the Patriots wrap up Clayton at the 2-yard line. And New England escapes Baltimore with a 27-24 victory. Unbelievable for Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots. Brady with a pedestrian 18-38 for 257 yards and 2 TDs, a passer rating of just 76, but he led his team to victory when the game was on the line.
To show you from this big game in Pittsburgh.
You don't want to mess with him.
Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, they're both quarterbacks. After Patriots 3-and-out.
Healthy, the Steelers are great.
5 plays later, Roethlisberger sneaks it. This resulted, however, in a field goal, only 3-0, and then the next Patriots possession, Tom Brady to who else?
Randy Moss going up to make a play run.
James Harrison gets Brady a little bump. Don't want to do that either, do you?
You just wanted to remind him who they were playing.
Because the next pass from Brady is another touchdown to Moss. This one 63 yards, 14-3 New England. What happened on this play?
What made this go is the play action at Anthony by our New England team here. Watch the triple pass. It's a quick screen out to Randy Moss from Tom Brady. We're going to have Jabbar Gaffney go on the post. But during this throw out here, you're going to see the safeties come on up and think it's going to be a quick screen to Randy Moss. Oh, no, it's not. He's going to throw it back. It's got to be a lateral to Tom Brady. Pretty good throw. And Jabbar Gaffney gets over the top by 10 yards over the top of the safeties. Easy throw for a touchdown. Little razzle-dazzle. They're good at everything, aren't they?
The game was not the same. Anthony Moore and Rodney Harrison, Tom Brady, all smiles. Why not? It's another 4-touchdown game for him. A 22nd career 300-yard game for him. Randy Moss, 53rd 100-yard game, is 8th as a Patriot. The Patriots are still perfect, 13-0.
To go, and then on Saturday night and Sunday, snow outside, plows inside, and Eric Mangini used to work in this building for Bill Belichick. Not many a pleasantry anymore. And just 5 minutes into the game, goodbye. Eugene Wilson makes the pick. Kellen Clemens planted by Richard Seymour. Quarterback hurt with rib injury. Fans happy. Patriots have lead.
Yeah, you take another look at it. Seymour drives Clemens into the ground. Looks like a shoulder, turns out to be a rib. He would not return to this game.
21 different Patriots have scored a touchdown this season. That's amazing. Meanwhile, the option was run by the Jets. Brad Smith, who set all sorts of records in high school and college. So good game planning by Coach Eric Mangini. That was Leon Washington running at 49 yards downfield. So Chad Pennington now quarterback. Jericho Cotchery on 3rd and 18. Gave 16 on 4th and 2. Smith back at quarterback. And on the option throws, but it's behind Chris Baker, and the Jets turn the ball over on down. Interesting, though, you certainly don't play too many options in the pros, Tom. 10-0 Patriots. Chris Hansen punting. Blocked by David Bowens. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. The hat trick. He does it all. Special teams Jets get him to within 10-7. But turnaround is fair play. One is an accident, two is a trend. Kelly Washington blocks Ben Graham's punt. Jets recover, but it's a turnover on down, and boy, the Patriots in business here, which leads to a Lawrence Boney Maroney touchdown, 17-7 Pats. 3rd quarter. Tom Brady looking for Randy Moss. Picked up by Darrelle Revis. Number 1 pick, and the Jets take over at the New England 34. What could they do with it, Tom? 3rd and 12 at the 25. Pennington looking a lot to Chris Baker on this day, the tight end. Gets it, but It's a fumble forced by Dallas Thomas. Eugene Wilson again.
Yeah, and we always say the ball's going to be out when you have weather like this.
And so the Jets had a chance, but still 17-7. Now here they go again. 8 minutes to go, 3rd and 6. Pennington, the country boy, is he nailed by Asante Samuel.
Yeah, you take another look at it, he gets nailed, but he did hold on to the football. They got a first down.
3rd and 1 now on the same drive. Pennington, Justin McCairns. Now, incomplete. Settle for a field goal. Nugent, 17-10. Now, later in the 4th and 1st and 15, Brady steps up. Zing! Randy Moss dives either way. Makes a great diving catch. Holds on, leads to a field goal. Gostowski, it's 20-10 New England. Now 2.5 to go. Pennington. We got a ball game to Justin McCairns, but wait a minute. We may not have a ball game the Patriots challenge.
You can see the ball being bobbled as he went out the back of the end zone.
And so in the end, then they miss a field goal, and they never really had a chance after that 20-10. And the coaches, well, there they are. Good game. They do it. The Patriots win it. They're 14-0. 14-0. They've clinched everything. Home field through the playoffs. They had a couple of regular season games left, obviously. Home to Miami and at the Giants. Patriots beat the Jets on this day. But for the first time all year, Tom Brady does not throw a touchdown pass. Easy to see why in the weather. But he stays at 45. Moss stays at 19. The Jets had a plan, but the Patriots, once again, winners. They're like the post office. They deliver in all climates.
And as if the Patriots were lacking in the mojo department, look who is on hand for the home finale against the Dolphins. Why, it's the world champion Boston Red Sox. And Tom Brady, soaking in that Papelbon spirit, fires to the end zone and finds Randy Moss for the umpteenth time this season.
Well, it didn't take long to get the ball here. One touchdown closer to the record.
Actually, it was the 20th time for the season. Then Lawrence Maroney proves that they can run the football, too.
Watch Randy Moss block downfield. Look at him block downfield.
Randy Moss bulldozing the way on the running game. Who says he doesn't do that?
Some nut.
And he does this too.
Yeah, catches it also.
Great play, great choice. Moss giving him the old hesitation move, getting to the slant.
That's 21 on the season, one shy of Jerry Rice's all-time record with 10:14 left in the first half.
Great blocking, Rich. Man on man, body on body. Maroney does the rest.
59-yard touchdown, the longest career run for Lawrence Maroney. And Steve, what happened here?
Well, in short yardage, 3rd and 1. Now you bring in the big guys. Take a look at the left tight end. That's tackle Wesley Britt, 6'8", 320 against 10 in the box. Watch the blocks by Heath Evans, the fullback, on the free safety, and Matt Light, the tackle, seals the inside linebacker. Big hole for Lawrence Maroney, a 59-yard touchdown. Pats go up 21-0 in the second quarter.
And then later on in the second quarter, Brady in the shotgun threads the needle to Jabbar Gaffney. It looked like it was picked off by Lance Schulters, but instead it's a 48-yard touchdown for Gaffney, putting the Patriots up 28-0. How did he not get this?
Lance, great break on the ball. It looked like it went right through his hands. Lance got to catch that.
Brady could throw it with a touch, and he could put it on a line.
So a minute 35 left in the half, down 4 scores, shaking heads just like every opponent the Patriots have faced this year. A minute 35 left in the half. Time for Cleo Lemon magic. Lemon to David Martin. Gain of 28. 4 plays later, it's 4th and goal from the 5. Why not go for it when you're 1-13, down 28 points? Teddy Bruschi makes
Everybody makes plays on this team. Linebackers, receivers, everybody. Bruschi makes a great play.
3rd quarter we go. Sure, they've clinched everything up to the Super Bowl, but there's Tom Brady in the 3rd quarter, firing away from shotgun formation, and he's picked off by Derek Pope.
Rare mistake by Tom Brady, trying to squeeze it in between 2 defenders.
So here comes Cleo Lemon again, creating, scrambling. You can't stop Cleo Lemon.
He's extending the play.
Forever in a day.
Somebody, Cleo.
He finds Marty Booker for a first down.
Beautiful.
It's 4th and goal from the 1. Why not go for it again? When you're down 28, you're 1-13, and you got Cleo Lemon creating. extending the play. He does everything right except go to the pylon. Runs on the right side of the pylon.
You got to be kidding me.
He runs.
You didn't die?
Wrong side of the pylon.
Do you know that Bill Parcells is coming to town? Do you know who's coming to
Tuna's going to keep the receipt for that grocery.
Right.
28-7 is the final, as Cleo Lemon did, in fact, find the end zone, but the Dolphins fall to 1-14, and the Patriots do become the first 15-0 team in regular season history. A host of records set in this day and next week on NFL Network, perhaps, against the Giants. Is the kickoff to the final week of the National Football League season, but of course, it is so much more than that. Only 4 quarters remain between the Patriots and football immortality, with one giant obstacle in their way. Never before has a game with no bearing on the playoff picture meant so much to so many people. Quite simply, the winner of tonight's contest will be remembered forever. Team is underway, and the record books were wide open for being rewritten by all these New England Patriots that had the first 16-0 regular season on their minds. However, Tom Coughlin played all of his starters, as we were wondering all week long. They came out, and they came out strong. Second play of the game, Eli Manning up top to Plexico Burress.
Put the ball up high, and he's going to go get it at its highest point. What a way to start the game.
And then 6 plays later, Manning to Brandon Jacobs, fighting his way for the end zone touchdown.
Teddy Bruschi told us earlier, you wanted to hit this guy low, definitely can't hit him high. But Wes Welker coming up with big plays time after time. 11 reception for 122 yards.
And that drive that was extended by Wes Welker wound up with a historic touchdown pass. Tom Brady to Randy Moss. They both tie Peyton Manning and Jerry Rice, respectively, for the most touchdown passes and catches in a single season on that one. However, the Patriots kicked it off to Dominic Hickson, and he takes it the route 74 yards.
Huge play here on special teams. That right there was definitely momentum for the Giants in this game.
However, right back at it to Randy Moss for the New England Patriots. Have to settle for a field goal. They go up 16-14, but this is what the Patriots normally do to others. That is score at the end of the half, and Vince Wilfork putting his finger in Brandon Jacobs' eye. That wasn't caught by the referees, but the Giants had the last lap on this drive. Eli Manning running for the first down head first with 20 seconds to go in the half. He finds Kevin Boss in the end zone. Touchdown, Giants on top. 5 of 7 for 69 yards on that drive was Eli Manning. 21-16 at the half, and in their first possession of the second half, here comes Brandon Jacobs downhill.
They had to establish the run now. They didn't get a lot of rushing yards in that first half, but they came out stubborn with the run.
Jacobs again this time for 15 yards. And then 3 plays later, it is Manning to Plexico Burress. Beautiful pitch and catch. Touchdown. A 12-point lead for the Giants, the biggest deficit Bill Belichick's team has faced all year long. But here come the Patriots after getting hit in the mouth. Tom Brady to who else but Wes Welker, moving the chains 28 yards. And then 6 plays later, Lawrence Maroney, touchdown. And look who's the one who sprung him. It's Wes Welker.
Yeah, this guy not only returns punts, but it moves the chains on first down. He's a heck of a blocker also.
So the Patriots are down 5 with 13 minutes to go. And just when you thought Tom Brady to Randy Moss didn't work on the sideline on third down, they get the ball back after the Giants go 3 and out. And Brady up top to Randy Moss, and he drops it.
Defender falls down. This is an easy touchdown, but it's underthrown. But they don't feel sorry for themselves for too long, so they go deep again.
The very next play, it is Brady to Moss, and this time Moss does not let it hit the turf. Only his feet hit the turf for a touchdown. It's 23rd of the season, breaks Jerry Rice's single-season record, and Tom Brady, congratulated by his protectors, 50th touchdown pass in the season. That is an NFL record. And then the 2-point conversion works from Lawrence Maroney, and just like that, the Patriots are top by 3.
This team is resilient. They find a way to get themselves back into the ball game and just take your will away.
And then Eli Manning, the next series for the Giants, is picked off by Ellis Hobbs, and then the Patriots know what to do with that. They turn it into points. Lawrence Maroney scores, puts the Patriots up by 10. Eventually they hang on to win by 3. And perfection is indeed what the Patriots in 2007 are in the regular season. 16-0 for the first time ever. We have seen it. The 72 Dolphins, of course, went 14-0. But in this salary cap era, who ever thought we would see a record like that? 16 on one side, a bagel on the other for the Patriots organization.
I sat in the stands in 1972 and saw the Dolphins play. Jonathan was 8, Danny was 7. I never thought it would happen in this age of parity. And I know, I agree with Bill, the most important game is in the future, but I want you to guys to savor and enjoy what you just finished here today. It's a great tribute to every one of you. You made history here. Coaching staff made history, and our family couldn't be prouder of being associated with you all. So thank you.
Thank you. Brady, 32 of 42 for 356 and a pair of touchdowns. Moss caught 6 for 100. Welker caught 11 for 122. Eli had a very big game. Saw him run a couple of times. He threw 4 touchdown passes. Records set left and right. But the Patriots win every game in the regular season.
It's really exciting to be a part of this football team, and what these guys did today. I think all the credit goes to the players. They stepped up. They made a lot of outstanding plays at critical times in the game, especially there in the second half and the fourth quarter. And they came through like they have all year.
It's been a challenging season, and playing the Giants here on the road in a very tough environment, and being down as many as we were in the third quarter, I thought it was the team showed a lot of heart and character coming back and making the plays when we needed to.
I don't really think that me breaking Jerry Rice's record was special. I think shutting you guys up is really what made it special. All the negativity and all my critics. I think that's really, a good feeling to be able to come in and have a good season like this.
Wow, how does it feel when you do something that's never been done before? I can't really describe it to you. I just know there's a really great sense of accomplishment in this locker room from every single player, from the guys that cover kicks to the guys that throw touchdown passes. It took everybody to accomplish this goal. Every single person on this team, every single coach. And we're going to take a couple days and feel proud that we accomplished this.
Everyone in this locker room, that game meant something. And we wanted to seize that opportunity because it was a great opportunity in front of us. How many teams can say that they've been 15-0 and that close and let it slip through their fingers? Because I guarantee choke would have been on the TV as soon as we lost.
Hats off to us. I know a lot of people didn't really think that we were going to do it, and a lot of people didn't want us to do it. But in this game of football, man, it's hard to go 16-0, man. So as a football player and as a fan of the game, man, my hats is off to this organization.
Everyone's going to enjoy this one. This happens once every 35 years, so let's celebrate for a couple of days and get ready to go back to work.
And so the New England Patriots complete the 2007 regular season unbeaten at 16-0, joining the 72 Miami Dolphins, who won all 14 regular season games, then 3 postseason games to finish unblemished for the entire year.
10-year anniversary. What do you remember about that season, getting caught up watching it?
I remember how hard it was. Just super difficult, the mental grind. You heard me talk about the mental toughness it took. Over the course of the year, as you get to 13-0, 14-0, 15-0, you realize it's possible. You realize it's possible, and we're always talking about, you start talking about perfection in the locker room and how you want it, but still you try to think about one game at a time. And in the meantime, Brady and Moss are setting the records. I remember this pass, standing up from the bench and watching it up in the air, and I think this was Brady's 50th or Moss's 23rd. I don't know the exact numbers, but we just knew it set the record on that very pass. And everything on that night, I had never experienced a regular season game like that. That meant nothing to the Giants.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And they played us hard. It was like their best game of the entire season. They played us hard, and it was a fight, a nonstop fight. And so having to earn it that way against a team that didn't want us to achieve it. Yep. Much respect to the Giants for doing what they did there, but still having to get it that way, not having it given to you. It was a special way to make history, to get that 16-0 mark.